Her choice to compete after coming out of retirement and getting injured is something really only a professional with extensive support could even consider.
9 News parenting expert Dr. Sheryl Ziegler joins us now, and we're just having a nice conversation about this beforehand. I guess this all depends on who you are, what you're doing for a living, how old you are, if you're making the decisions on your own and not being pushed by parents. But what looks like determination, and I was all for, because she is an Olympic
I loved
champion.
her statement, what she said about this.
Absolutely.
No regrets, and she's so, yeah, it's great.
Absolutely. But it could be confusing to kids who are playing sports. How should you push yourself?
Yeah.
What's too far?
Well, I think, my lane on this is just how do parents have these conversations and even maybe check their own selves around this issue? Because we all can look at Lindsey Vonn and, idolize her and have our opinions. And then you have youth athletes who may be having an injury, but they don't want to say something. Or, they felt something during a game, but, if I say something, they're going to take me out. Mm-hmm. And then there's the vice versa, where parents maybe sometimes are pushing kids through things. And so I thought this is really an opportunity to have this kind of conversation. The difference between a Lindsey Vonn or other Olympians who push through and they tell those stories. And we're in awe of those stories. And then, you're just regular kid who's just trying to play a sport. They might be however old, 11, 13, or 15. And how do you kind of say, well, that's different? And why is that different?
Well, there's the emotional immaturity and maturity, if you will, but when you watch youth sports, and we've all lived this and experienced it, you see a lot of different kids. Some that, honestly, maybe their heart isn't into it, and so it's like, oh, I'm hurt, yes. And they're not really hurt. But those do or die kids could hide a concussion, could hide a lot. Right. And sometimes they're praised as, you're so competitive. I love your competitive spirit. Should we be doing that?
Yeah, or you're so tough.
Yes,
you have so much grit.
Yes.
And I think we, meaning as a society,
yes,
we idolize that we really raise that. And we're like, oh, they were so tough. They downhill skied with a torn ACL, whatever it is. And we look at it as something we idolize, and kids absorb those messages and they hear it. They know, I get praised if I was tough. And I think there's the angle of, I think lots of high school athletes hide concussions. That's pretty well known.
Scary.
They hide it. So that's scary. And then we also have the piece of just parents, either putting pressure on or just truly not knowing, are you really injured or not? So, that's a really tough one. So I just thought maybe parents could take this as an opportunity to even get them some clues. One of them that I really like is just ask yourself, if I continue to play, whatever, through this pain that I have, and it got worse, would I regret it? Or does the pain in your body feel like a soreness, like a fatigue, muscles, we might expect that. Does it feel like sharp pain? Or in the case of a concussion, you're not seeing or thinking clearly. So we can give them questions so they can have their own body awareness too, as they're going
most
through
of
this.
the things that we talk about here, it's communication between parents and kids.
Yeah.
Mine were softball, lacrosse, wrestling. And during wrestling season, I said to my son at one point, I know you had to drop some weight to get into that match, but you ever drop it that quickly again, and you're not going to wrestle again.
Yeah.
This is high school wrestling. You're not going to wrestle for a living, and that could be bad for your health. Mm-hmm. So I think parents just need to step in. That's the difference between when you hear Lindsey's dad. That's how I would be too. She's never going to ski again if it was up to me.
She might be 41. She's still got a dad.
That's right.
Dads can still dad at 41.
He doesn't want to see her hurt, and that's what it comes down to is talking to your kids and showing them what is safe and what they should be doing. Do or die, like Lindsey Vonn, is very specific to Lindsey Vonn.
Absolutely. She's a professional. Her bones are grown,
yes.
right? She's making, and this is her profession, right? So that's different. But I do think that younger kids, we have to say things like that to them, where it's like, this is one game versus maybe this could be a year of an injury if you keep going through it. My job is to keep you safe. Yep. And I think that's a key message.
End of the day.
I like that. Thank you, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler.